Welcome to my channel Benchmark, and today in this particular video I'm again back with a video on the chapter Decision Theory. The previous videos which I had uploaded, in that particular video basically I have discussed about the approach of the questions, how the questions are to be solved using different criterias, maximax, minimin, minimax, Laplace. Then I had taken few questions on EMV criteria, EOL, and how do I solve the question using the graphical approach, that is decision tree. Now, next few videos are basically going to be dedicated only on solving the multiple choice questions. Dear students, we know how to solve the question, the practical question, but when it comes to the theoretical approach of it, it becomes very confusing. For that, what is required is we must know the basics of the chapter. So let's take, whenever I'm taking the question, at the same time you can start giving the answer at your side also, and just to see that whether you are going right or wrong. Okay, so let's start. Here comes the first question. In case of decision making problem, a decision is to be chosen dash the process from the given list of well defined alternatives. Many times in, never in, only once at the beginning of, or not necessarily at the beginning. Whenever I am going to make a decision, it has to be done, the process is done only once at the beginning, because you cannot keep on changing the decision. The decision has to be taken only once at the beginning of the process from the given list of well defined alternatives. Fine. Okay, let's take the next question. Okay, in the problem of decision making, all possible situations are sometimes known, never known, always known, and rarely known. See, we must know the situation, then only I can come to the conclusion. If I don't know what the situation is going to be, then how can I come to a particular decision? How can you decide a situation, or how can you decide the action, which is the best action? So, the possible situations which are shortlisted should always be known. Okay? It should always be known. So, option C is the right answer. Moving on to the next question. The decision maker has dash over the occurrence of the situation. See, if you have seen in my previous video, into the first video, in the theoretical part, I had clearly discussed that decision maker has the control only over the actions. I can select action A, I can select action 2, I can select action 3, but the situation or the events are never under the control of the decision maker. I never have the control, or sometime also I cannot say. The moment I'm using the word never, it means sometime and rarely is out of the picture. So only one option is left, and what is that? It is no control. So decision maker has no control over the occurrence of the situation. Next question. The possible situation in decision making are all known. There is dash of exact solution that will occur in future at the time of decision making. So let's see the options. Some knowledge, complete knowledge, partial knowledge, and no knowledge. See, read the question again. It says the possible situation in decision making are all known. We know the situation, but there is no knowledge of the exact solution. If I know the, if I have the perfect knowledge of the solution, then what is the process, what is the need of going for the decision making process? Fine. So in this case, what happens is I have multiple alternatives and multiple actions which are available in front of me. So there is no knowledge of the exact solution which is going to occur in the future. So option D is the right option. Moving on to the next question. The chances of occurrence of situations are dash known at the time of decision making under certainty. The chances of occurrence, and the last few words are decision making under certainty. So chances of occurrence are always known. We have the value of the probabilities for every events or the states, and which is known in advance, and hence it is option D, which is the right option. Moving on to the next question. Decision maker defines effectiveness measures, which is combination of what? Decision and probability, situation and payoff, situation and decision, situation and probability. Decision and probability. No. Situation and payoff. Payoff is everything. It consists of the action. It consists the table which consists of the actions and the corresponding events. I have to know the situation, and based on the situations I have to come to a decision. This is what the role of the decision maker is. Based on the situation, the best decision is to be taken off. Fine. So option C is the right answer. Moving on to the next question. The nature of views of decision maker is, what kind of views of decision maker is? Is it maximization type? Is it minimization type? It is stationary or optimistic, pessimistic, and normal. See, as a decision maker, I cannot have a maximization type approach always. See, there are two types of decision makers. One which goes with the optimist approach, one which goes with the pessimist approach. So always we cannot think of going for the optimist approach or the pessimist approach, right? We can have some normal approach also. So what is the right answer? What is the best answer out of this? We can go for maximization, we can go for minimization, we can go for a stationary, but in general the different approaches are, it is optimistic, pessimistic, and normal. Hence the right approach is answer C. Moving on to the next question. In case of payoff table available, maximax criterion can be considered as. In case of payoff table available, maximax criterion can be considered as. Okay. So before we solve this particular question, I would like to just refer to a table to recall what we had done in the previous videos to understand what is optimistic view, what is pessimistic view, or maximax falls under which criteria, max minimin falls under which criteria. Fine. So let's understand that particular concept first, or let's recall the concept first before we move on to the answer of this particular question. See, there are decision making situations under certainty and under uncertainty. Under uncertainty, we have two types, without probability and with probability. And with probability, it is said to be decision making under risk. Without probability, it is criteria for decision makings are, one is called as pessimistic approach, other is optimistic approach. And apart from that, we have equally likely average criteria. So under pessimistic approach, we have maximin and minimax. I repeat, it's pessimistic approach I'm talking, maximin and minimax, whereas under optimistic approach we have maximax and minimin. Under the pessimistic we have maximax and minimin, and whereas under pessimistic we have maximin and minimax. Then we have minimax regret, which falls under decision making without probability, and Laplace is equally likely. Whereas with the probability we have EMV, expected monetary value, EOL, expected opportunity loss, and then we have equally likely probability. And then with the help of the EMV, we can also proceed on to decision theory. So our question was, In case of payoff table available, maximax criterion can be considered as, what is the right answer? Just few minutes back we had seen the table. It was optimistic approach. Please understand whenever these two words are same. So what all do we have under optimistic criteria? We have maximax and minimin. Fine. So both are under optimistic criteria. Okay. Moving on to the next question. In case of payoff matrix being available for decision making, then maximin criteria can be considered as pessimistic view. Why? If you remember the different words, the combination, that is maximin and minimax. Is under pessimistic. Maximax, minimin is optimistic. Maximin, minimax is pessimistic. So right answer is B. Moving on to the next question. Decision maker's view may be classified as pessimistic, maximization, minimization, none of these. See, decision maker views are only two. Either it is optimistic or it is pessimistic. Fine. Maximization type or minimization type is not the views. It is pessimistic approach or it is optimistic approach. So the right answer is option A. Next question. In case of payoff matrix available for decision making, then maximize average can be considered as optimistic, pessimistic, normal. We just want to maximize the average. So it is just very simple approach. It is the normal view. Next question. In case of opportunity loss matrix being available for decision making, then minimum criteria is considered as, the minimum criteria is nothing but it is optimistic view. We are being optimist. Next question. Okay. Now a payoff table is given to us. Strategies and the actions or the events. Okay. We have to select what decision can be taken using maximax criteria. How do I select the maximax criteria? What do I do? For every act, I have to select the best or the highest value under maximax criterion. So what is the maximum value over here? For E1, it is 13,000. So let me write 13,000. For E2, it is 10,000. For E3, it is again 10,000. And for E4, it is how much? It is 15,000. Out of these maximums, what is the maximum value? 15,000. And this 15,000 is corresponding to which event? It is corresponding to event for E4. And hence, the right answer is E4. Clear, students? Okay, moving on to the next question. In decision making problem, there is only one and a number of alternatives. Policymaker, policy, state of nature, payoff. See, we can have multiple policies, we can have multiple states of nature. All this combination is given in a table which is called as payoff table. But the person who is going to take the decision is only one. there is only one policy maker and I can have number of alternatives. So who is policy maker? The person who is going to select the best action, or who is going to take the best course of action. Okay, moving on to the next question. In decision making problem, there is only one decision maker. Just see what we have done. In decision making problem, there is only one decision maker or policy maker and number of alternatives. So same question can be twisted in a different format. In decision making problem, there is only one decision maker, which is already given, and dash alternatives, more than one state of nature. I have more than one alternative, then only the concept of decision making process will come into picture, right? So there has to be more than one alternative and one state of nature. Great. Moving on to the next question. Decision tree calculations begin from left to right, or calculation I'm talking, it's not the drawing. Many students get confused with decision tree drawings begin from where, left to right or right to left. So, but please understand, it is decision tree calculations begin from left to right. Sometime, how can you? Always, rarely, or never. See, calculation is, let me just draw a sample decision tree. Say this stands for Act A1, this is Act A2, then I have states S1, S2, S3. Then probabilities are given, and this say probability 0.2, 0.3, its corresponding pair of value is say 100. It's 20 into say 500 is equal to 150, and so on. So calculation is always from right to left, it is not from left to right. So it is never is the right answer. Okay, moving on to the next question. Decision maker will use the principle. The optimistic decision maker will always use the principle of maximin, minimax, maximax, Laplace. See, I'm being optimist. I would always like to maximize, get the maximum out of the maximum. That's the best approach, what you can think of. So it is the maximax criteria, the best amongst the best. This is what we normally call it as. So it is maximax criteria. Next question. The pessimist decision maker will always use the principle of it just the other way around. He is going to select the best from the worst. From the minimum, he is going to select the maximum. From the minimum, he is going to select the maximum. So what is the right answer? It is maximin is the right answer. Next question. Okay. A type of decision making environment is under uncertainty, under certainty, under risk. But obvious it is under certainty, under uncertainty, risks. All three are there. So right answer is all of the above. And moving on to the last question for this particular video. I said for this video we are coming up with more questions into the next video. So please keep tuned in. And in the meantime, please press the like button if you have understood. Comment if you have not understood any particular question, and then share with your friends as well. Okay, so moving on to the last question. Which of the following is not used in decision making under uncertainty? Not used. See, maximax is optimist. Laplace, equally likely. Minimax is pessimist. EMV is under risk. When the probability is given, fine, EMV criteria is used over there. So what is the right answer? EMV is the right answer. So this was the last question for this video. Keep tuned in for more questions. Understand, don't learn. Understand the question, the different statement that I have given for each of these questions, that why I have selected option D or why did I not go for select option B, and so on. So hoping that you have understood. What you have to do at the last is like, share and subscribe. Share with your friends. Happy learning. Keep safe. Keep watching the videos. Till then, bye bye.